Mr. Secretary General, Mr. President, school leaders, and distinguished delegates, welcome to New York. It is a for honor to stand here in my city as a representative of the American people to address the people of the world. As millions of our citizens continue to suffer the effects of the devastating hurricanes that have struck our country, I want to begin by expressing my appreciation to every leader in this room who has offered assistance and aid. The American people are strong and resilient, and they will emerge from this hardship more determined than ever before. Fortunately, the United States has done very well since election days last November 8th. The stock market is at an all-time high, a record unemployment is at its lowest level in 60 years. And because of our regulatory and other reforms, we have more people working in the United States today than ever before. Companies are moving back, creating job growth, the like of which our country has not seen in a very long time. And it has just been announced that we will be spending almost 700 million on our military and defense. Our military will soon be the strongest it has ever been for more than 70 years in time of war and peace. The leaders of nations, movements, and religions have stood before this assembly, like them I intend to address. Some of the very serious raised before us today, but also the enormous potential waiting to be unleashed. We live in a time of extraordinary opportunity, breakthroughs in science, technology, and medicines. Acute illnesses and so many problems that previous generations thought impossible to solve. But it is opening new growing dangers and greaten everything we cherish and value. Terrorists and extremists have rather strained up and threats to every regions of planet. Global regimes represent the instability not only support terror but threaten other nations and their own people. Those with the most destructive weapons known to humanity, authority and authoritarian powers seek to collapse the values, the system and alliances. The romantic conflict entered to the world toward freedom since World War II. International criminal networks, traffic routes, weapons, people, was dislocation and mass migration. Within our borders and now from operation deployed technology to menace our citizens. To put it simply, we meet at a time of both immense promise and great peril. It's entirely up to us whether we lift the world to new heights and lead it fall into valley of disrepair. We have it in our power, so we so choose to lift millions of poverty to help our cities realize their dreams, and to ensure that new generations of children are raised free from violence, hardship, and fear. This institution will follow in the aftermath of two world wars to help shape this better future. Its goal based on the vision of diverse nations collaborate to protect their sovereignty, preserve their security, and promote their prosperity. It was in the same period exactly 70 years ago that the United States developed the master plan to help restore Europe. The three beautiful pillars, and the pillars of peace, sovereignty, security, and prosperity. The master plan was built on the noble ideas that the whole world is safer when nations are strong, independent, and free. As President Truman says in his message to Congress at that time, our support of European Republic is fully in hope with our support of the United Nations. The success of the United Nations depends upon the independent strength of its members. To overcome the perils of the present and to achieve the promise of the future, we must begin with the wisdom of the past. Our society depends on coalition of strong and independent nations that embrace their sovereignty to promote security, prosperity, and peace for themselves and for the world. We do not expect that small countries to share the same cultures, traditions, and even system of government. But we do expect non-nations to uphold the true core sovereignties to respect the interests of their own people and the rights of every other sovereign nations. This is the beautiful vision of this institution in this the foundation for cooperation and success. Strong sovereign nations like diverse countries with different values, different cultures, and different dreams not just coexist, but work side by side on the basis of mutual respect. Strong sovereign nations let their people take ownership of the future and control their own destiny. A strong sovereign nation allows individuals to flourish in the fullness of their flight intended goal. In America, we do not seek to impose our way of life on everyone, but rather to let it serve as an example for everyone to watch. This week gives our country a special reason to take pride in that example. We are celebrating the 230th anniversary of our beloved Constitution, the oldest constitution still in use in the world today. This timeless document has been the foundation of peace, prosperity, and freedom for the Americans. And for countless millions, and it stands for human nature, human dignity, and the rule of law. The greatest United States Constitution in the first three beautiful words. They are we, the people, the generation of Americans have sacrificed to maintain the vastness of the world. The romance of our country and of our great history. In America, the people govern, the people rule, and the people are sovereign. I was elected not to take power, but to give power to the American people where it belongs. If for an affair we are renewing this foreign principle of sovereignty, our government's duty is to its people, to our citizens, to show their needs, to ensure their safety, to preserve their rights, and to defend their values. As President of the United States, I will always put America first. Just like you, as the leader of your countries, we always and should always put your country first. As responsible leaders have an obligation to serve their own citizens, and the nation state remain the best vehicle for elevating the human condition. But making better life for our people requires us to work together in close harmony and unity to create a more safe and peaceful future for all people. The United States will forever is a great friend to the world, especially to its allies. But we can no longer to be take advantage of or enter into a one-sided deal where the United States gets nothing in return. As long as I hold this office, I will defend America's interests above on but on ours, but in fulfilling our obligations. We also realize that it's everyone's interest to seek the future where our nation can be sovereign, prosperous, and secure. Americans don't want to speak for the values expressed in the United States Nations Charter. Ours doesn't have had the ultimate price to defend our freedom and the freedom of many nations represented in this great